Good morning, Growth Factor family. This is Pastor Shirlee with you on this Motivational Monday. And I just want to share with you words of motivation from one of my favorite movies, Facing the Giants. And in this movie, there's a scene where Coach Taylor, the football coach, is in his office sitting at his desk. And Mr. Bridges walks in and he stops at the front of the desk and just opens his Bible and reads from Revelation 3, basically telling Coach Taylor that we serve a God who is able to open doors that no man can shut. And he says, Coach Taylor, the Lord is not through with you yet. He said, you still have an open door here. And until the Lord moves you, you are to bloom where you've been planted. And I just felt led to come tell you this today. And that's a word of motivation for you on this morning. You are to bloom where you've been planted. Listen, watch this. Don't let circumstances or people to move you from where God has moved you to. Listen, what God has for you, it is for you. You've got to be steadfast and unmovable. Put your foot down and bloom where you're planted. He says, God is not through with you yet. And so he closes his Bible, he walks out, and Coach Taylor gets up and walks out behind him and stops him in the hallway. He said, Mr. Bridges, do you believe the Lord had you to come tell me this today? And Mr. Bridges said, I do. And that's when Coach Taylor confesses, and he tells him that I've been struggling, but I've also been praying. But I just don't see him at work here. And listen, the reason Coach Taylor didn't see God at work is because as the football coach, he had a team that was not very good at all. And I'm being kind. But then, too, he had people plotting to remove him from his head coaching position. So you can imagine the stress and the strain on him, worried about job security, worried about putting a roof over his family's head. And so he said, I'm struggling because I don't see him at work. And so let me say this. Just because we pray, he said, I've been struggling, but I also been praying. But just because we pray doesn't mean we won't struggle. But then on the flip side of that coin, just because we struggle doesn't mean we should stop praying. And see, we serve a God, regardless of what our struggle is, God is able to pull us through anything. But the question is, can you handle the pull? Because every day won't be like Sunday morning. Every day won't be easy like Sunday morning. Can you handle the pull? He said, I'm struggling, but I've also been praying. I just don't see him at work here. And so Mr. Bridges tells him, he says, there's a story of two farmers in desperate need of rain. Now, they both prayed for rain, but only one prepared their field to receive the rain. And so he asked Coach Taylor, who do you think trusted God the most for the rain? And Coach Taylor tells him the one who prepared his field to receive it. And he said, asked him a simple question. Which one are you? And that's my question for you this morning. Which one are you? Are you believing God for the rain? Are you going to bloom where you're planted? He tells him, he said, God will send the rain when he's ready, but you need to prepare your field to receive it. See, we want God to increase and enlarge our territory. We want God to give us a new, better job, but yet we're not faithful over the one he's given us. We want better marriages, but yet we're still trying to live a single life. Listen, God will send the rain when he's ready. As Grandma said, he is an on-time God, but you got to prepare your field to receive it. And that's my motivation for you today. Don't allow people to move you from where God has moved you to. And watch this, just because you're praying, don't get frustrated because you're struggling. But then just because you're struggling, yet pray. And listen, God is able to send the rain, and he does in this movie, because in the end, the team is victorious. And so it is in our life. In the end, we win. May God bless you and may God keep you is my prayer. Good morning, Growth Factor family.